Alright, in this video we're going to take the schema that we created in the notepad file and actually create a database. And there's a few different ways you can do this, but I think the easiest way is to use PHP and I think that's a good way to start this if you don't have much experience in MySQL. So I'm going to open the notepad file that we created, which just has our tables and fields just stored in the notepad file. So I'm going to open up my browser. Alright, now you want to make sure that you have XAMPP running or whatever you're using for your server. Okay, so I have MySQL is running, and I can now go to localhost /phpMyAdmin, and let me log in here. Alright, so you can see we have our users database we created. We're going to create a new database, and I'm just going to call this store. Alright, so now if we click on store, we can create our table. Now if we look at I'm on a very low resolution, so I apologize if we can't squeeze all this in. So we have our products table. That's what we want to create first. And let's count what we have for fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields or columns. Okay, now I'm going to stretch this out a little. So first thing is our ID, alright, and that's going to be an integer. So we're going to leave this at int. The length we said was what, 11. Alright, so we'll say 11, and this is also going to be auto increment, and it's going to be our primary key. Alright, so if we go down here and we scroll to the right, under index you want to choose primary, and then AI is for auto increment. You want to click that. Alright, so you should only have one primary key in your table. Next thing we're going to have is a name, the product name, and that's going to be a varchar. Alright, and I'm going to just say 100. And that's fine. We don't need, it's not going to auto increment, it's not going to have an index, it's fine just as is. Alright, so next we'll have a description, and that's going to be a text field. Alright, and text, we don't need to define a length of values, it's just, it's a variable. Alright, after description we'll have our price, which we'll set as a varchar as well, with let's say 20 characters. Actually I'll put 30 just in case. And category, which will be a foreign key, and I'll show you, we'll do our relationships probably in the next video if we don't get to it in this one. And that's going to be an int as well, and it's going to be 11 characters max. And then we'll have an image. Alright, so image will be varchar, and we'll say we'll just say 150. Now I didn't have this in the notepad file, but we should actually put a date in here for when our products were entered. So what we can do is up here it says add 1 columns. Okay, so you can add however many columns, and it's not going to delete our data. So I'm just going to click go. Click go again. Alright, so now we have an extra field here. So this is going to be I'll just call it create date. And this, like our other date fields, it's going to be a timestamp. So under date and time, timestamp, and this is the default. Alright, so we can choose different default values. We could have it be null, which means basically it's nothing. We could define it here. Alright, but what we're going to do is choose current timestamp, and that's going to choose the date and time that each product is entered. Alright, so after we have that all set, we can say save. Now we have our first row. Alright, if we click browse, we're not going to see anything because we don't have any data yet. But if we click structure, you can see we have our structure, our auto increment, primary key. Alright, so now let's create our product categories table. And that's going to have 4 fields, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so ID, we're going to do the same thing. 11, it's going to be auto increment, and it's going to be primary. Then we'll have the name, the description, and an image, which will just be the image path. Alright, so that's going to be varchar of name, we'll say can be 100. Description is going to be a text. Image will be varchar 100 or 150. Okay, so we want to click save. Okay, now we get our customers table, and this will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are we missing something here? Password, avatar. Alright. 7. ID. Alright, so customer will have a first name. I'm just going to write in all the fields first. First name, last name, email, password, avatar, and join date. Okay, so we did the ID. This is going to be varchar avatar image, and that'll be timestamp. Alright, and we can just fill these in here. 100. For email, I'll do 150. For image, I'll do 150. And then join date is going to have a default of current timestamp. Alright, so this is easy enough. It's very easy to create these tables. Next, we'll have customer addresses, which will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields. And let's see, we're going to have customer, which is going to be a foreign key. You don't define your foreign keys here. We'll actually, we're going to do that after. We'll do that in the next video. So, customer, and we're going to have an address, address 2, city, state, zip code. So zip code, you may think you should use an int, but you should only use int if it's a value that can be added or something like that. Zip code, though, I'll usually use a varchar. Actually, for the address, let's use 200. City, we'll use 100. 100. Alright. Reviews. 7 again. And you can see that this gets a little tedious after a while. If you're creating a really big data structure, it gets quite tedious. A lot of repetitive motions. Alright, so ID. Reviews also have a title, a body, rating, customer foreign key field, product, and review date. Rating's going to be, rating can be an int, and we're going to give it 2 because it's not going to be more than 10. Customer, that's fine, that's 11/11. Review date is going to be a timestamp with the current timestamp. Title 100. Alright, that looks good. Now we need pages. 2, 3, 4, 5. 11 ID. Okay, they'll have a title. They'll have a body, a category, and a create date. Category will be int. Whoop. Create date. Timestamp. Default. Alright, and we have one more table, which is going to be page categories, which has 4 fields. Okay, we'll say name, description, and image. Whoop. Alright, that wasn't too painful. So now we have our entire database structure. So we'll stop here, and next what we'll do is we'll add the relationships. But before we do that, I'm going to create a quick video showing you how to back up your database. I'm going to show you how to export it, how to back it up, and then import it into a new database. Alright, so we'll do that next.